Hello, today we have a GT mountain bike Outpost model with a GT super soft seat, and it looks like it has 26-inch rims. $14.99 from Goodwill. That's a price that I was pretty amazed with, but they said this time of year they're going to start selling kids bikes for $4.99, flat tire bikes, bikes that need a lot of work, rust, $9.99, and premium bikes needing little, $14.99. But this is what we have today, and this bike actually had flat tires, and yesterday I aired up the tires and I took it for a ride. This little sign they said as a 7-speed, but I think they wrote it down wrong. It's actually got 3 different options up top and then 7 in the back. So 7 times 3 is 21 speed. And then the front tire comes off. It's got a quick release front tire, which is pretty cool. And I was able to take that Shimano brake system apart, which most of everything is original with Shimano set up. The whole bike is Shimano, except I noticed the kickstand's different, and the tires might have been changed out differently. But one good thing I saw in this was it has a service tag on it. It says A1 Cyclery, which is real popular here in Indianapolis. So in terms of a place to go get service at, they do a lot of repairs, and just going and get your bike service, they adjust your gears. And I tell you what, I've had tons of mountain bikes where, you're switching through your gears and it's like grumble, 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 grumble. It's like chewing through, the 7th, to get to the 8th gear. If it's like this 21 speed setup, it's like, you're changing from the smallest sprocket on the front side here to the medium sized. And this piece here, it's like a little slide air thing. This thing gets just beat to heck because it's not adjusted right, and it's trying to move the chain over. So this one I took on a ride yesterday, and it's so smooth. It's not getting beat up at all. I'd recommend a little bit of grease. Be kind of cool to have GT tires back on it. I had a BMX bike that was just like this bike with those. This one says like 4130. I had one that had like green and black paint. It was all mixed together. Awesome bike. So when I saw this one, I instantly fell in love with it because I remember all those childhood memories of riding the bicycle. But when you're picking, you want to make sure you're spending a low amount of money on something, and you buy low and you try to sell it for, as much as you can. This one's, it's missing the front reflector there up front, and then the one over on the rim is pretty worn. It's yellow, so it's probably needing a couple reflectors and a little bit of oil. But if someone would sell this bike as is, to the market, for someone that was interested in the GT brand and things like that, I have, I pick them for, at Goodwill for anywhere from, I wouldn't ever pay more than $40 for a bike at Goodwill. That's my max. And then my resell is, I won't sell any cheaper than $80, but usually my price categories go from like $100 bill to $150 to $200. So this bike here, I could list for like $200. And then somebody say, hey, I'll give you $100. And then you can haggle back and say, hey, I'll do $140 or $160 or whatever you want to do. You're making money all day long. I always try to get over $100 out of these bikes. Especially these mountain bike types. with gears and stuff, because they're going to last more than one season. I mean, if it has name brand brakes and and cables and everything, and it's all oiled up, and it's going to last. I mean, this thing's, if I didn't do anything to this thing, I bet you I can get the rest of this year out of it, and probably next year. There's maybe a little air in the tires. I mean, I don't ride all that often, so I know that it would last for what I would need it to last, but we'll put some reflectors on it. We'll check and see how much some new tires are for it, because we have very low budget right now. So when that happens, I might want to play with it for a little bit. That's one good thing about Goodwill. We go and we find something sometimes, and sometimes it's like, well, I don't know if I want to flip this one. I think I want to, play with it for a little bit. And I don't know, I see people sometimes go to the cash register and they have the item in their hand and they refuse to let it go, and they scan it and they walk out with it. It's probably so that, Goodwill doesn't change their mind on if they want to sell it or not. But good time to buy a bike right now. Cheap. The weather's getting colder. You might be able to find a good deal on one, but I'm the kind, I like to accumulate a little bit and wait until the time's right and try to maximize profits, And I don't mind cleaning stuff up and posting it and haggling back and forth, but most of the time I always get what I want out of stuff. The west side of Indianapolis is crazy when it comes to, the sky's the limit on opportunity to sell stuff, which is great. It just shows that there's a good market for resale. Anyway, it's a pretty solid bike. Looks like there's some life left in it, and like I said, we'll clean her up and get her going, and we'll go from there. But in the meantime, happy picking. If you have any questions or concerns, get back at me, and then in the chat. And then if you like what you're seeing, subscribe. And until next time, thanks for watching.